Hey there. So you're on the hunt for a great dog trainer right here in West Covina? You have definitely come to the right place. We're going to walk through everything you need to know to find the perfect professional for you and your furry best friend.
You know, life in West Covina is, well, it's a mix, right? One minute you might be on a busy street like Azusa Avenue, and the next you're looking for a peaceful walk in Galster Park. This guide is built specifically with that local reality in mind. All right, here's what we're covering. We'll talk about what makes training unique to West Covina, the methods and credentials to look for, what it'll probably cost, the questions you absolutely have to ask, some local rules, and finally, where to go practice. Let's get to it.
Okay, first things first. Why is local knowledge so important when it comes to training your dog for life in West Covina? So think about it. Your dog needs to be cool and collected, whether you're in a quiet neighborhood or navigating a bustling place like a shopping center. A good trainer gets that. They'll help your dog build the confidence to handle all of it, not just the easy stuff.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty methods and credentials. When you start searching, you're going to see a lot of different terms and letters after names. So what should you actually be looking for? Okay, let's talk about the gold standard in dog training today, positive reinforcement. It's really simple at its core. You reward the good stuff with treats, praise, a favorite toy, whatever your dog loves, to encourage them to do it again. It's not just effective, it's how you build a really strong, trusting bond with your dog. And this is a big one. You want to completely avoid any trainer who relies on intimidation, fear, or pain. Seriously, those old-school methods can actually make problems worse, and even worse, they can really damage the trust you have with your dog. It's just not worth it. So you see all these letters after a trainer's name, right? What do they even mean? Well, think of them as a sign of quality. Things like CPDTKA or KPACTP show a trainer has passed some tough tests on modern, humane training. That's great for puppies and general manners. Now, if you see something like IABCCDBC, that's a specialist for more serious behavior issues. Seeing any of these is a really good sign that they're a true professional. Okay, on to programs and costs. Let's figure out what kind of training is the right fit for you and your wallet here in West Covina.
So, you basically have two main paths you can go down. Group classes, they're awesome for getting your dog used to other pups and people, plus they're easier on the budget. But if you're dealing with something specific, like, say, your dog goes nuts when the doorbell rings, that's where private lessons shine. You get that one-on-one attention right in your own home.
All right, let's talk numbers. This table gives you a pretty good idea of what you can expect to invest in training around here. A 6-week group class is a really affordable way to get started. On the other end, you have something like a board and train, which is a much bigger investment, but it's for those really intensive training needs. So you can see there's a range to fit different goals and budget. Okay, you've got the background on methods and costs. Now for the most important part, talking to an actual trainer. When you first reach out to a trainer, remember, you are interviewing them. You're hiring someone to work with a member of your family, so it's a big deal. Asking good questions is how you find the perfect fit. So, here are the absolute must-ask questions. First, ask them straight up about their training philosophy. You want to hear positive reinforcement. Then, ask about those certifications we talked about, like CPDTK. You'll also want to know how they track progress and how they'll communicate with you. Oh, and make sure you're clear on all the fees up front, no surprises. And for bigger behavioral stuff, it's a huge green flag if they're willing to work with your veterinarian. All right, let's switch gears a bit. Good training isn't just for tricks. It's also about helping your dog be a great neighbor and, follow the local rules. This is a really simple but super important one. The law here in West Covina and all of LA County is a 6-foot leash. That's the max length you can have in any public area. So, those long retractable leashes, save them for somewhere else, not for our sidewalks or parks. And here are a few other local rules to keep in mind. Your dog needs to have their rabies vaccine and be licensed with LA County. That's a must. Also, excessive barking can actually be a noise issue, so that's something good training can definitely help with. And one last thing, make sure any trainer you hire has a proper city business license. It shows they're legit. Okay, so once you've started training, where do you go to practice? Because you've got to take those new skills out into the real world. Luckily, we've got some awesome parks for that. For example, the fenced-in dog park at Shadow Oak Park is perfect for safely working on your dog's recall. If you want to practice polite leash walking with some real-world but not overwhelming distractions, Galster Wilderness Park is fantastic.
And for practicing those distance commands like stay, you can't beat the big open spaces at Cortez Park or South Hills Park.
When you think about it, all of this training isn't just about having an obedient dog. It's really about creating a confident partner who's ready to enjoy life right alongside you.
So what could having that kind of partnership with your dog really mean for your life here in West Covina? We really hope you find the perfect trainer, because a confident, happy dog makes everything better, from just hanging out at home to having friends over or meeting people at the park. Best of luck and happy training.